Do you ever feel a pervasive heaviness? A subtle ache that isn't physical, but seems to settle deep within your chest? It's a weight that follows you. Not always acknowledged, but always there. Perhaps it's a sense of being perpetually overwhelmed, as if your inner landscape is cluttered, choked with things you can't quite identify. You wake up feeling it, carry it through your day, and it whispers to you in the quiet hours of the night. It's the silent burden of carrying too much, holding on to things long past their time, or perhaps even things that were never truly yours to begin with. This weight isn't necessarily tangible. It's often woven from unspoken expectations, lingering regrets, unresolved conflicts, or even future anxieties that haven't even arrived yet. It's the relentless hum of your own inner world, crowded and yearning for a breath of fresh air. It's a feeling that can leave you emotionally tired, disconnected, questioning the very rhythm of your existence. This unseen burden, this profound sense of internal constriction, is a universal experience, a quiet signal from your soul that something needs to shift. It's as if your spirit is trying to navigate a dense forest, tangled with underbrush, making every step a struggle against unseen resistance. Think for a moment about your own life, the moments when you felt truly stuck, stagnant, or unable to move forward. Was it a past relationship you kept replaying, a missed opportunity you couldn't forgive yourself for, or perhaps a dream you clutched onto so tightly that it began to suffocate you, never quite blossoming because you wouldn't allow it to change form? We accumulate so much, not just physical possessions in our homes, but emotional artifacts in our hearts and minds. There are the old narratives we tell ourselves about who we are, the labels others placed upon us that we absorbed, the roles we've outgrown, but still wear because they feel familiar, safe. There are the grudges we nurture, believing they somehow protect us from future hurt, but instead, they only tether us to the past. There are the what-ifs and the if-onlys that replay on an endless loop in our minds like broken records, preventing us from hearing the new song of the present. Each one, a tiny thread in a vast, invisible net, entangling us, making every step feel heavier, every thought more cumbersome. We become like a boat trying to navigate a narrow channel, burdened by an excessive cargo of memories, fears, and unmet expectations, barely able to stay afloat, let alone steer freely towards open waters. We feel the constriction, the inability to fully expand, to breathe deeply. This constant holding, this refusal to release, creates a profound internal lack of space, leaving us feeling trapped within the confines of our own making, often without even realizing we hold the key to our own liberation. Why do we cling so fiercely to these things, even when they cause us pain? Often, it's rooted in a deep-seated human desire for control, or perhaps a profound fear of the unknown. We tell ourselves that by holding on to the familiar, however painful, we are somehow safer. We confuse predictability with peace. We believe that by reliving past hurts, we can prevent future ones, or that by endlessly analyzing what went wrong, we can somehow change the past. But this is an illusion. The tighter we grip, the more rigidly we hold on to what we think should be, the more resistant we become to the natural flow of life. We are like a person standing on a riverbank, trying to hold back the current with their bare hands, expending immense energy in a futile effort. The comfort of our familiar burdens, however heavy, often feels preferable to the perceived emptiness or uncertainty of letting them go. We fear that if we release a part of our past, we will lose a part of ourselves, forgetting that the self is ever evolving, always shedding old skin to reveal new growth. The fear of that internal void can be paralyzing, causing us to cling even more tightly to the very things that are weighing us down. But what if the very act of holding on is what prevents us from truly living? What if the emptiness we fear isn't a void at all, but an invitation, a boundless opportunity? This brings us to a simple yet profound truth, a quiet wisdom whispered through centuries, echoed in the rustling leaves and the ebb and flow of the tides. Letting go creates space. It's not about abandoning our past, denying its lessons, or dismissing our authentic feelings. It's about recognizing that our hands, our hearts, our minds can only hold so much. When we grip tightly onto what was, what could have been, or what we believe should be, we leave no room for what is, or what I could be. Imagine a cluttered room, overflowing with forgotten items, dusty memories. No matter how beautiful the new furniture you wish to bring in, there is simply no place for it until you clear out the old, the unused, the broken. Our inner world functions much the same way. The space we yearn for, the clarity, the peace, the possibility of something new and vibrant, a deeper connection to ourselves and the world, can only emerge when we make a conscious, compassionate choice to release what no longer serves us. This isn't a forceful eviction, it's a gentle unclenching. It's the quiet, liberating realization that true freedom isn't found in acquiring more, in having more, or in controlling more, but in carrying less. It is an act of profound courage to open your hands and trust that you will still be whole. This realization opens a path towards inner healing, a gentle process of examining the contents of our inner world. What old stories are you still telling yourself that keep you small, confined to a limited identity? What resentment are you carrying that sours your present moments, poisoning the well of your daily joy? What fears of failure or judgment are paralyzing your steps forward, keeping you from venturing into new territories of your potential? As we identify these burdens, the healing begins not with judgment, but with kindness, with a soft understanding of why we held on for so long. It's an act of radical self-compassion to say, "This has served its purpose," or "I no longer need to carry this." Letting go is not forgetting, it is simply loosening the grip. It is placing the burden down, not necessarily discarding it into oblivion, but setting it aside, understanding that its energy no longer needs to be expended by you. Think of a tree in autumn, gracefully shedding its leaves, not fighting the process but trusting in the cycle of life, knowing that this release makes way for spring. This process creates a palpable lightness, an interior spaciousness that feels like breathing deeply for the first time in years, like coming home to a clean, quiet sanctuary within yourself. It's a quiet recalibration, where the tension in your shoulders eases, your mind feels less frantic, and your heart begins to soften, expanding with room for something new. And in this newly created space, something truly magical happens. The emptiness you once feared reveals itself not as a void, but as a fertile ground, ripe with potential. It is the silence after the storm, where the world feels washed clean, ready for new growth, where the air smells fresh and the light shines with new clarity. This is where inspiration can finally land, where creativity can unfurl its wings, where genuine connection with others can deepen without the clutter of past projections or future anxieties. In this spaciousness, you can begin to hear the faint whispers of your own intuition, the gentle murmur of your authentic desires, and the quiet knowing of your inner wisdom that was previously drowned out by the constant clamor of what you were holding on to. This is where your true self can unfurl, unhindered by the costumes of old expectations. It's like opening the windows in a stuffy room. The fresh air doesn't just fill the space, it invigorates everything within it, allowing new life to take root. The lightness isn't just an absence of burden, it's the presence of possibility. The healing that blossoms in this space is profound. It's a journey back to yourself, a reconnection with the core of who you are, unencumbered by the layers of what you thought you should be. You begin to walk through life with a newfound grace, less reactive, more responsive. The wounds of the past don't vanish, but their power to dictate your present lessens dramatically. You learn to observe your thoughts and emotions without getting entangled in them, recognizing them as fleeting visitors rather than permanent residents. This unburdened self is not perfect, nor is it immune to life's challenges, but it possesses a resilience, a quiet strength born from the understanding that even amidst chaos, you can always return to this inner sanctuary of spaciousness. It's a radical shift in perspective, moving from a position of constant defense and reaction to one of open receptivity and gentle presence. You no longer need to fill every moment, every silence, or every inch of your inner world, because you understand that true richness lies in the quality of what remains, not the quantity of what is held. And in this profound quietude, a quiet acceptance begins to bloom, deepening with each conscious release. Acceptance of what was, acceptance of what is, and an open, hopeful embrace of what may come, without the need to control its unfolding. When you let go of the need for things to be a certain way, or for people to act in a specific manner, you free yourself from the endless struggle against reality, which is often the deepest source of suffering. This spaciousness allows you to flow with life, rather than resisting its currents. It's where inner peace truly resides, not as an absence of challenges, but as a boundless capacity within it, which challenges can be met with greater clarity, compassion, and grace. It's a profound shift from a state of contraction to one of expansion, like a flower slowly opening its petals to the morning sun. You learn that by unclenching your fists, you aren't losing anything vital, anything essential to your being. Instead, you are opening your palms to receive the boundless gifts that life, in its infinite generosity, is always ready to offer, moment by moment. The journey of letting go is not a one-time event, but a continuous practice, a gentle dance of release and renewal, a sacred pilgrimage deeper into the quiet acceptance and boundless freedom of your own authentic, spacious self. May you find peace in the beautiful space you create,